din pal paleti yo nou sa fe fom se luga ou. Ready din pal paleti yo nou sa fe fom se luga ou.
Yo, Sapa say, and if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and always Nabule, yo. Also, if you can, because we all broke in the struggle right now, the struggle is real, please, if you can, donate.
The contents of this video falls under the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, Articles 8 and 16. This video cannot be discriminated against, for Aboriginal, Atwathong, Americans, are entitled to fair access to non-Indigenous media platforms free of discrimination. Non-compliance is a direct breach of international law.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to Action News Network, and as always, Sapa said, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go into these Haitian riots and the history of the Haitian people and why it's in their spirit to fight like that, yo. Alright, this is Haiti right here. Alright, the Republic of Haiti. It's a very beautiful country. I'm just let you sit back and watch the pictures real quick, because there's a lot of misconceptions about this country right here. This place is full of riches. One of the most beautiful islands on the Caribbean. Definitely some of the most fascinating scenery you're going to see in the Caribbean. One of the most diverse geographies in the Caribbean. Mountains, deserts, and beaches galore. It's a beautiful country, contrary to what they show you on TV. Alright? But like anything else, we gotta go with the good and bad and ugly. But yes, this is Haiti, right? This is Haiti. You gotta know that. People live good in Haiti, so don't think everything you see on TV is just you gotta take that as a grain of salt. Cause not everybody in Haiti's living, horribly. That's like showing America and only showing like the South Bronx. Or showing Baltimore. You think we all fucked up in here. But there's another side of Haiti too. Good, the bad, the ugly, right? You got the poverty. You got the ghettos, violence. Like any other country, any large city is gonna have these problems. It's nothing different, especially when you got a lot of poverty. And this is also Haiti right here. Unfortunately, the aftermath of that deadly earthquake that many of us believe the United States set upon them. It's kind of strange that a bunch of kids went missing around the same time. They wasn't found dead or anything, they just went missing around this time. Great distraction, right? If you didn't know, Haiti's the first black republic, yo. Not really the first black republic, but the first black republic to be recognized by these fools, right? It's got a beautiful culture and beautiful people, very diverse culture. We're gonna see a little bit more of that later. And here goes our sisters out there in Haiti dressing up in the Indian regale, right? Doing their thing at Carnival. Them feathers, we always know them feathers, what they mean. Always feathers up, all right? They just have a beautiful culture that they should be very proud of. But they also got a real big fighting spirit and something I admire about them, all right? They do not take no shit, all right? They're very nice people. I grew up with Haitians. Grew up with a ton of Haitians. They're the nicest people you ever fucking will meet, but they don't take no shit. All right, y'all. This is latest news from the Haitian Times, all right? It says, U.S. Embassy in Haiti requests extra security amid riots. All right. You see the picture right here? Top shot, protesters barricade a street in Port-au-Prince, suburb of Petitionville, probably, I don't know, I'm not good with French, on July 7th, 2018, to protest against the increase in fuel prices. That sounds like shit, and I'm gonna tell you why. It can't be no gas riots. Haiti's Prime Minister Jacques Guy Lafontaine on Saturday called for violence from residents in the Caribbean nation amid deadly protests over unpopular fuel price rises. At least one person has died there in the past day. The capital has stood paralyzed since July 6, following the government announcement that gasoline prices were raised by 38 cents, diesel by 47 cents, and kerosene by 51% starting this weekend. And this is a photo from Hector Retamo Hector, whatever. Well, Hector and Getty Images gets the credit for the photo. Washington, this is from CNN. The U.S. Embassy in Haiti has requested additional U.S. Marines and State Department security personnel to bolster security amidst the riots that are taking place there. 2 U.S. officials tell CNN. The approved request includes a Marine Security Guard augmentation unit consisting of approximately 13 Marines, as well as other security personnel who would reinforce members of the U.S. Marine Corps and State Department security personnel already in place. So let's continue reading. Let's see what else. It's gonna go on the CNN website right now. This is all that we already read, right? So it says the Marine, where we left off at. I should have actually came to this. I didn't know it would take me to this right here. Should have known. But the U.S. Embassy in Haiti has instructed all staff to shelter in place. It warned citizens Saturday to stay inside amid continued demonstrations in the capital, Port-au-Prince, and a northern city following a sharp hike in fuel prices ordered by the government. Let's continue. Minister, like I said, Jack Guy Lafontaine Saturday announced a temporary stop to the price increase and appealed to for calm. Prices for gasoline were to rise 38%. Well, blah, blah, blah. We already talked about the prices for kerosene and all of that. The State Department updated its travel advisory for Haiti on July 9th, rising it to level 4, do not travel. We've been discussed specific security matters concerning the protection of our facilities and personnel. A State Department official said in a statement Tuesday, the security and safety of Americans are among our highest priorities. Local law enforcement and U.S. Embassy security authorities will take appropriate measures to safeguard personnel and visitors. Now, if you really, 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 really think that this is over gas, in a country where the average person cannot afford any type of vehicle or apparatus that takes gasoline, I mean, they can't even afford a goddamn gasoline-powered lawnmower in the most parts of Haiti. And you really think they crying over gas? I haven't been to Haiti. I can see the pictures. I have a lot of friends who are from Haiti. I grew up with a lot of Haitians. The average person in Haiti does not have a car. You're actually rich if you have a car. All right. So why would these people protest about gas in a country where they can't use the gas for anything? All right. They don't even have gas in a lot of their homes, like the stoves and shit, which runs mostly on propane. So it wouldn't be, any kind of liquid gas, all right? And we're gonna get more into this, but it's another making black people look like, making us Indians and shit all across America and across the world, making us look like fucking fools, 38 cents increase in gas and we killing ourselves and burn down our shit. No. Why would they go to the U.S. Embassy? The United States didn't raise gas prices on them. Their government did, right? So why would they protest there? Why didn't they try to go burn down their own fucking capital or some shit? You gotta see the bigger picture here. We're gonna go into this. As you see right here, here's a Haitian woman in Dominican Republic defending her son. They do not take no shit, yo. And it goes back to the Haitian Revolution. It started in 1791. It's about a 15 year fight, yo. Alright, like I said, before there was Haiti, there was Hispaniola. And Hispaniola was split up into, it was also called Santo Domingo and Saint Dominique, French and Spanish, respectively. Here's Toussaint Louverture, right? He's the leader of the revolution. You know what I'm saying? He had the whole shit off. Homeboy was a G, man. We can take a lot of lessons from the dude. Alright? We act so damn docile here. Here's John Jacques Dessalines, yo, who was the first emperor of Haiti. Alright? He was a ruthless dude when it came to the fighting, man. He earned his stripes. This is Duty Bookman. You know what Another dude who didn't take no shit during that revolution, yo. And their whole slogan, their whole motto for their country is liberty or death. Alright? Here's homegirl right here, her beautiful ass. There's a lady who played a big role in this goddamn thing, man. And as you can see how brutal this shit is, yo. They didn't take no fucking survivors, man. Alright? Haiti was a place, or Haiti and Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo, Saint Dominique, all together was a place where you sent slaves to die, yo. They was worked to death by both the French, especially, and the Spanish. But the French definitely worked these slaves to death, yo. They had like a 20% survival rate. It was one of the most horrible, places you could end up being enslaved. At the same time, Haiti was the most profitable colony and the most profitable slave market. All right, that island, that country on that island was turning out more fucking sugar, more anything. The gold, the riches they found in there. Haiti's still sitting on all this gold and stuff. All of this drove these people crazy, man. And when you push to the edge and shit, you gotta fight back, yo. Another thing is, I don't know why a lot of Haitians believe they African and stuff. A lot of them don't, but it's a mix because they're educated by Western education and they're very influenced by America. If they were a bunch of Africans who got enslaved and got together to take over the island, there goes one of the queens right here from one of the Indian tribes. Why would they name the island Ayaiti, which was the name the island was before it was called Hispaniola or Saint Dominique or Santo Domingo? Why would they go back to that? That makes no sense whatsoever. If there was Africans, they would have given it an African name, but they decided to give it the name that it always been. That's just something telling. There's a variety of people in this country. It's not just the typical Haitian. Everybody think they just dark skin looking or whatever. You gotta realize, just like America, these places are a melting pot. You got a little bit of everything. You got homegirl right here, which is probably what you would consider the typical phenotype for Haitians. You got shorty here who looks like she could be Hispanic. But remember, the Dominicans and the Haitians are the same people. Alright? You got a variety of beautiful people on this island. But sometimes that causes disparities because the real light-skinned mulattoes, they're sometimes considered to be white in this country. They could pass, you know what I'm saying? This lady right here, she a Haitian. Probably didn't know that. And this lady right here, I think I got 2 pictures of her. She's some kind of like Haitian folk singer, but she's popular in like France, like a French folk singer, but she's Haitian, born and raised. Alright? There's white people in the Caribbean. All of these dudes right here are Haitian. This lady could be a picture in Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic or Cuba or something. Alright? So the misconceptions gotta change. But at the same time, those people live very well in Haiti. And a lot of the dark-skinned Haitians don't. So you gotta keep it, you gotta keep it funky.
Alright, convicted Clinton Foundation tied to child trafficker Laura Silsby. Alright. Break-in CF tied to convicted child trafficker Laura Silsby. Media silent. And this is from truthfeed.com. According to a story published by Viva Le Nouveau, it was a blogger on social media who first discovered connection on social media between who discovered the connection between HC and child trafficker Laura Silsby. Silsby is the former director of the New Life Children's Refuge. She was caught trying to kidnap 33 Haitian children, most of whom had families. While following the trail of declassified WikiLeaks emails, the social media blogger discovered that Homer Aberdeen was constantly forwarding emails to HC about Laura Silsby's organization. The blogger also linked C emails to attempt, or HC emails to attempt protest to protect Laura Silsby from prosecution. The blogger, known as Pleading the GIF, was a user on social media website Reddit, according to the Daily News article, which Charisma News quoted in their story. They suggested that there was a connection to Secretary of State, HC, Chief of Staff, her name right there, Cheryl Mills. I guess I don't think she's important enough to get me flagged. And others after finding emails that appear to be drafts after extradition. The discovery also included WikiLeaks. Excuse me, my thing just went out. WikiLeaks emails from HC, the content of which revealed HC contacting a lawyer regarding 10 people arrested and involved in the child trafficking ring. It was also revealed that the lawyer who had represented Silsby was a convicted child sex trafficker. All right, and there's some quotations down here. We're gonna get in there a little bit. Matter of fact, we're gonna do it this way. And it says the individual in question is one Laura Silsby, former director of the New Life Children's Refuge. She was caught trying to steal 30 children from the country, most of whom were not even orphans and had families. HC had a long history and interest in Miss Silsby. WikiLeaks emails dating back to at least 2001 have been found in her archives discussing Laura's NGO. Laura has claimed she planned to build an orphanage in the Dominican Republic, but authorities in the country said she never submitted an application for this purpose. Why would you build it in the Dominican Republic when you could have just built it in Haiti? I mean, it's not like the Haitian government or the Haitians would have opposed to doing that if it was for intent to do what you said you was doing. All right. And there's a whole bunch of emails here. I'm not gonna go all into them, but you know, I'm pretty sure you can do that for yourself if you want to. This is a Truth feed, I believe it is. So okay, could this be one of the reasons why? Because they've been going off and on with these little riots and stuff. There's a bigger picture here, and I'm gonna try to dig deep and find out what that big picture is of what set it all off. Because obviously something happened that set it off. I really doubt it's the gas, especially for everybody to decide. They have little riots for gas sometimes because then food distribution is slower because then it goes down to the drivers and stuff, or the price of food goes up in already cash-strapped country. But for them to be like people getting killed and they wanting to go after the U.S. Embassy, there's something bigger at stake here, and the media is silent about this crap. And when the media is usually silent about it, or they quick to throw a different narrative that doesn't make sense, then something is at play here.
Once again, liberty or death, that's hard body. It's something that we need to take. You need to gather up the spirit of all of them. All right, Marie Jeanne, Gian, Ducey Blackman, Bookman. Sorry about that. Jack Dessalines, and of course Toussaint Louverture. And the queen right here. These were fighters, and they ain't take no shit from nobody, man. We, on the other hand, we don't. You see in South Africa what they doing. You see what they doing in Haiti right now. They get kicking out these these white interests and shit. People getting tired of these people. And these white boys, these white people, they dying, and they dying by the thousands, There was more white deaths in the United States than there was white births. So put it into perspective that way, all right? We can do the same thing here too, but we need to realize who we are, that we're Aboriginals and that we're Indians and that we've been here and this is our freaking country. Because everybody else know that except for us. Peace and stay tuned.